this next match could change, because obviously, as we know now, AEW is now on Thursday nights.
Well, that's not. It's just this week's episode of Dynamite that got moved to tomorrow night.
But don't worry, it'll be back to normal.
So, on May 12th, with a little bit of help from outside the interference, which we'll get to in another match,
Yes.
Miro defeated Darby Allin for the TNT Championship.
Making his first championship win since joining AEW, that should not be named.
He, on tomorrow night, will defend the championship against Dante Martin.
Now, if Dante Martin pulls off the upset, then he, or Miro, will have to defend the AEW TNT Championship against Lance Archer.
Now, funny side story here. It was 1 year ago that the TNT Championship was established in AEW.
Yes.
And it was Lance Archer who was in that final match with Cody.
Yes.
So can Lance Archer 1 year later do what he was unable to do first time round?
Only time will tell, but now this next match has bad blood and a ongoing war to it.
Yes, this whole thing dates back a couple of months, but goes back a few weeks all the way to
War Games! Of War Games!
Oh my god, I can't believe you did that.
well, Blood and Guts doesn't have the same link to it like that.
Yes.
Even though it's just saying
what
that.
happened in these two matches.
So, we all know that MJF, after Revolution, turned on the Inner Circle, and along with Wardlow, Sean Spears, and the Revival,
Copyright. Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood
formed the Pinnacle.
Yes, you heard us right. The Pinnacle.
Then on the May 5th episode of Dynamite, which they decided to name Blood and Guts,
which is a lawyer-friendly version of War Games.
they had a match.
Which again is a lawyer-friendly version of War Games.
So, the ending of this match was stupid. Yeah, it was. They had basically, what was it?
A crash match.
Yes, it was. Sammy Guevara was almost forced to give up because of Chris Jericho.
About to be Mankind is off the edge.
Which was basically done as a way to keep both teams strong.
Yes, but a lot of people criticised the finish of the match.
So now, the Inner Circle decided that they wanted to get revenge. So they challenged the Pinnacle to a Station Stampede match. Now, I don't know if Jericho's brain has gone a bit out there, but does he not remember what happened last year in the Station Stampede match?
Yes, he lost.
And they can't afford to do that this time because this match has a stipulation that if the Inner Circle lose, then the team has to disband forever.
Yes, team for good. So think of this as a Stadium Stampede all or nothing match.
All or Nothing? I thought it was Double or Nothing.
We move on to our next match, which is a tag team match.
Yes, this tag team match kind of ties into the TNT Championship match we mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Part of the reason why Darby Allin lost that match was because of
Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
going after Sting.
And obviously the week after that, they sent Darby Allin down a flight of stairs.
No, Sting and Darby Allin look for revenge in a tag team match against Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
And the final match of AEW Doubleor Nothing will be for the AEW World Tag Team titles as the Young Bucks put the titles on the line against the team of Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, and his tag team partner, Eddie Kingston.
This is a bit of a weird one.
It is.
However, I think it could work.
It could. I think Moxley and Kingston do have chemistry.
Yes, and wasn't it after the
So-called exploding barbed wire death match.
which we shall not get into, that
Explosion, hype mark.
Kingston kind of turned faces.
Yes.
Tried to protect Moxley, even though there was no need to, because that explosion was a bit of a blow.
Pretty much. But who are we seeing walking out with the AEW World Tag Team titles?
Well, the Young Bucks have been champions going on 7 months.
So I think it's about time they lose the belts.
But if they want to keep the whole thing with Omega and the Young Bucks as champions, then because Omega's not losing the AEW World Championship, we know that.
Yeah. Unless Omega decides to put a freshly squeezed little pack over, you just never know.
So let's run through the card one more time.
Starting off with the buy-in match, as Serena Deeb puts her NWA World Women's title on the line against former AEW Women's World Toy Champion Riho.
Kenny Omega defends the AEW World Championship against Wesley Squid, Orange Cassidy, and Pac.
The AEW Women's World Championship will be on the line as Akira Shida puts the title on the line against Dr. Britt Baker, DMT, with Rebel in the corner.
Want to do the American Nightmare one?
Yeah, sure. Go to the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes will defend, will go one-on-one, and try and defend America's honour against the UK's Anthony Ogogo.
In the Casino Battle Royal / Royal Rumble match, Christian Cage will take on Matt Sydal, Powerhouse Hobbs, Penta
El Tornado,
Jungle Boy, Matt Hardy,
Rock Queen,
Isaiah Cassidy, Blade, Evil Uno, Colt Cabana, Preston Vance, Gareth Garrison, Brian Pillman Jr., Max Cassidy, Anthony Jones, QT Marshall, Nick Hamato, Dustin Rhodes aka Goldust,
copyright,
Lee Johnson, and a
TBA participant. Handman Adam Page will take on Brian Cage, winning a one-on-one match.
Miro Ordained Martin will face Lance Archer for the TNT Championship.
The Pinnacle of MJF, Wardlow, Shawn Spears, Cash Harwood, and Cash Wheeler, where Tony Blanchard will take on the Inner Circle of Le Champion, Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, and Santana Ortiz in a Stadium Stampede match. If the Inner Circle lose, then they must disband as a team for good.
Sting and Darby Allin will take on Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
And the AEW World Tag Team titles will be on the line as the Young Bucks put them on the line against John Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
Doubleor Nothing comes at us from Daily's Place, as has every other AEW show for the past year.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, first time you said that in the show.
Oh, so we've said it now.
This Sunday, the 30th of May.
2021.
And it should overall be a relatively entertaining show.
It should be. Can't wait. So until then, he's been.
Yes, we'll be back at you next week for two shows. One where we will do
Give our reaction to AEW Doubleor Nothing.
and quite possibly. No, it's not two shows. It's one show. The one after that is two shows.
Okay.
We got a schedule to jump back and forth when we switch companies. But anyway, next week we will be back at you with the results to Doubleor Nothing.
So until then, he's been
Wasteful Jones, and he's been
Sean Smith, and we will see you next week.